Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Erin with e.l.c. Homestead, and today we are out in the garden. We have a big tomato harvest, it looks like. I see tons of red ones, and then we're going to go over and do probably one of the last harvests of the green beans, and then try to get the pumpkins that are all ripe today. Hopefully we get that all done, but right now we are going to start with the tomatoes. Camera doesn't want to work very well today. So I do have my seed bucket here. We can get all of this done, and hopefully there's enough room in it. I have my San Marzano tomatoes here. I'm going to leave whatever green ones that I picked on accident out here. I was beginning to wonder if any of these were going to get ripe. Trying to make sure I don't trip and fall over everything. We got some little bitty tomatoes over here. Any tomatoes that are not quite red, they're going to go ahead and stay on the vine for a few more days. We've got tomatoes clear back here. These are the first ones back here that have ripened. Tons of green ones. Quite a few of them are blushing now. Oh my goodness. Yellow pear tomatoes. Uh-oh. One got a little on the rotten side, so we're just going to toss him out. I'm dropping him. I do got to be careful how I dig around in these plants. I'm a tad bit allergic to the actual plant itself. So we got some, these are supposed to be San Marzanos. That one has a bad spot on, but we can cut that off when they're ready. I think these little ones are probably some Roma that got mixed in. And then pear tomatoes. I planted these for my daughter. Unfortunately, they didn't ripen before she left for college. So I'm hoping that I can take a bunch and maybe make her something with them. Can't really send any of them to her. Have a way of doing that. I'm just trying to get the ones that are pretty good shade of orange. I think I was probably watering my tomatoes a little much. Why they're taking forever to ripen. With tomatoes, if you water them too much, they take forever to ripen, and then you just end up with a bunch of green tomatoes when it comes to freezing before the frost hits them. So, good rule of thumb with tomatoes that I have learned over time is when you water them after they start putting tomatoes on, is that you want to limit your watering to once a week, or when you put your finger into the ground and up to like the first line of your finger. If it's dry, then you want to water it, but if it's still wet, you want to leave them alone and don't put water on them. There's too much water will prevent them from ripening, and that's been my experience in the years that I've been growing tomatoes. And I know everybody has their own way of growing them, and y'all grow tomatoes the way you want. That's perfectly fine. But I'm just saying, from everything that I've learned, watering too much is never good. Some of these are getting left on the ground. Didn't realize I had this many ripe ones. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Usually, I have someone out here helping me, but that person is currently fixing my truck. Okay. Mine have ripened on the underside of the plant before the top of the plant, which is a little unusual. Usually they ripen from the top, in my experience. So, I haven't seen all of these ripe tomatoes down in here. All these flushed ones, I'm going to go ahead and pick because we only probably got about another day and they'll be ready to harvest anyway. Nope. All my plants fell over, so I'm attempting not to step on them, which is a lot harder than it looks. I'm going to go ahead and go around to the other side and see. I will show you what I have picked after I get everything picked here. A lot of weeds. That's a good one. Some tomatoes, like right in here, that my arms aren't quite long enough to reach. Alright, so those can stay down there because they're not quite. Got a lot of cherry tomatoes too. Now all my tomatoes are soft tomatoes. I did not add any slices. Alright, guys over here. So I flip over it and then move up the others. Alright. Let's see here. Put it way back there a little bit. Quite look pretty. Kind of like a twister. Careful where you step. Green down in there. Alright, we have some cherry tomatoes. Toss those in with the here. I'm gonna retake my tomato garden. I'm not throwing over a bunch of tomato plants. Hopefully we can start growing tomato plants for the winter. So my plants won't fall over. Usually I don't mind, but this year kind of been a pain in the butt. Got a little one. Under here. Got a big form. Some of these little ones got cracked from the rain that we had. But that's okay because they're just getting eaten. No huge deal that they got rained on and cracked. I'm just glad my big ones so far haven't got cracked. Alright. A big bunch of them right in here. That's it for right now for the cherries. Working on cherry tomatoes. I can hear them crunching on my feet. Alright, so that big pile back there, I have somebody else dig through it so I don't have to worry about my arms breaking out. I think I'm going to feed them to them apparently. Some of that I'm going to leave in there. Try to spread these tomato plants apart. One in there can and get some air. You can't have them, Porky. Yeah, you can't have them. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. You want one? You want one? You got it? Oh, he had to have a tomato. Alright, let's go ahead and move down to the top. Keep dropping them. I did have one slicey variety in here. But this one's split. So I'm going to give him, you see him? He likes the tomatoes. Both of them are over here. Here, Porky. Here, here, got it? I seen one in here with a bad spot, so. Hey, here, hey, here, Porky, I just gave you one. Hey. I don't know if they want to eat them or not. Alright. Here we go. I got them all too. Okay. So, I got these guys all picked that are ripe. So I do have quite a few left. So they're all starting to blush in the middle. But like this big area right here, I can't get in there. So I'm going to have my husband get in there. And then the rest will hopefully be ripe in a couple of weeks. So we can only hope. As for now though, this is what I got for tomatoes. So one good bucket full. And we're going to head over to the green beans. Alright, so we are over here at the green beans. This is probably going to be one of the last green bean harvests. I've gotten so many green beans out of here. The plants are starting to die. So we probably won't get too many more, but that's okay. Because I got more than I thought I was going to get, considering half my plants got eaten by birds when they were planted. So I have packages in the freezer that I was able to save back for winter. And we've been able to eat fresh green beans. So all is good. Next year though, I think I'm going to get me some netting put over the seeds when they just get planted so the birds don't eat the seeds. That way I get a harvest like I wanted, and the birds will have to go elsewhere. Okay, so we are back with the beans. My memory card apparently was very full and I had to go erase some. So, not sure what was caught before it stopped recording. Sure. So, some of these plants, which are the ones back here, you can kind of see the yellow discoloration, and they are the ones that are about done. This will probably be the last picking off of them. And so far, I've got quite a few green beans. So I got all of those in there. That's probably maybe about 3 dinners worth so far. It's just me and my husband that I fix dinner for. All my kids are grown, so they fix their own dinner. And then the plants that are about ready to give it up. The beans don't look all that great. I'm just gonna leave them on there. That one. Yeah, a weed. I really like the cactus of green beans. A little bit on that one. These ones over here. These ones are too iffy. I think those ones are about done. Anyways. Yeah, I think this patch is done except for maybe like this front plant right here. It still looks pretty good. So, just a couple. Actually, I don't think I took off this plant yet. And that plant's okay to leave. And the one in the back over there, that one's okay. The rest of them are just, they're done. And I got quite a bit, more than I expected, so that's good. And we do have, I'm going to scooch it back just a little bit. Oops, I'm going to drop my battery pack. We do have this front row right there. I'm going to go ahead and grab. So now here in this row are green beans and pinto beans. We're going to make sure we only grab the green beans because they're kind of all mixed in together. Now with pinto beans, you can pick them when they're green, so they taste like a green bean. Cook them the same way, but I want green beans, so I am leaving them to dry. Get this weed out of there. Pulling weeds out of the plants as I go. pinto beans. So we got, and then we have a pinto bean plant right here. Some of these weeds out of a little one trying to come up. I gotta be careful of that weed. That's a thistle bush. These ones can go. We have a couple other drying beans. These ones right here, these are black-eyed peas. They're part of my drying beans, and the only plant I had of them that came up. So hopefully I get a little bit. I do have some from last year that I can add them to. And then we're gonna head over and pick. So these, we're gonna go pick the other green beans here in a minute. They're on the other side. So these are the green beans we got from this patch alone. And I think there's 3 plants that's still good to pick off of. The rest of them, they're done, which is, you know, what happens. They do their job and then they retire. So we're going to head over to the other side. And all right, so we are at the other green bean patch, which is right in here. So we're going to go ahead and get those picked. All right. Hopefully my battery charger doesn't go off. So I forgot I planted green beans over here. I knew I planted drying beans, which are over beside them, but I didn't realize I planted green beans. So it was a nice surprise to find a whole nother round of green beans. And these ones, I still got a couple of pickings left because these plants are not nowhere near as old as the other ones. Probably about 3 weeks and planting successions. Some of the ones are just gonna come off. I'm gonna throw these ones in the ground because they were laying in the mud and not any good. Pull that out because that's a weed. So I'm going to sneak up to my pink leaves and mud. That's okay. Whew. Got my boots on, but I forgot to roll my pant leg here, so let's see if I can save it a little bit. Probably not going to help. I don't know if any of you live in the Willamette Valley or have been to the Willamette Valley, but I lived there most of my life. And if you've experienced any of the mud and how it suction cups your feet to the ground, that's what this mud is doing to my feet currently. Not quite as many beans on these plants. Huh. Maybe I don't get, I'm not doing as great over here. I think they're just too wet. I'm gonna get what we can. We'll go ahead and move on to the pumpkins. I think that's all I'm getting off there, so not great. So next thing I got to do is figure out how to get over to the pumpkins, which are, yeah, on the other side here. So I've got to get suction cupped. But I think we're going to do is maybe go around to where the potatoes are and go from that side. So from like that side way over there. We're going to go over there. So I'll meet you over there. Alright, so we are back over here. Now over here we have pumpkins all the way back and then cucumbers up against the fence. So you can't really see any of the pumpkins because of all of the weeds, but we're gonna go see what we can find. And I did remember to bring my knife. And if I find any cucumbers in here that are worth saving, like this one. This is a lemon cucumber, and these are one of my favorites, so we're going to be saving this. I'm just going to toss it right there. If I toss it any closer to my camera, my cat will eat it. So let's see. Oh, it's the Armenian one. This one. This is an Armenian. I'm going to toss it there. Had a lot of trouble with my Armenian and lemon cucumbers growing this year. Pickling ones. They're quite well. We haven't been eating them because I haven't been able to get out here to pick them. I've been feeding them to the cow and the pigs, and that's okay because they've been enjoying them. Now, cucumber vines you have to be careful with because they've got spikes in them. So I'm just kind of batting them out of the way with my knife here. We're going to go this way. We got some pumpkins down in here. And not exactly sure how to put this. The pumpkin plant has gone crazy this year. So let's see here. And they're still nice and alive. So this one is starting to rot. Be careful because I do have spider webs here, and I don't know what kind of spiders they are, but here is one pumpkin. I'm going to just be tossing them over there, and hopefully I don't knock you all over. And that worked miserably. So I've got all kinds of squash bugs in here. So that's fun. I'm surprised that any of my things are still good. Looks like I need to probably pull a plant if I have squash bugs, because it's not going to do any good. So I think I'm okay to walk right in the middle of them. I don't want them on me. Oh yeah, I got one pumpkin that went completely dead. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get you out of here. Okay. So, there's another one. Now I specifically only grew the pumpkins for my kitchen. So I have gotten more than I asked for. And that there is another one. Whew. Sinking in the mud. Oh goodness. Why did you just growl at my pumpkin? That was the steer behind me. You don't know what to think of the pumpkins. Goodness. You are not liking anything by your pen, huh? Alright, so we're gonna go off over here, see what we can find. It's definitely time to pull pumpkin plant. A bunch in here, one of them got it. Anyone in there? Let's see. turn you all the way around because we're going down there where the pumpkins are. And I just broke myself a ton of ice, so that's what you're supposed to do. Alright. Nice pretty one. You don't want to throw it over there. I'll end up hitting a pepper plant. I've got 5 pumpkins. Gonna leave that one right there. Got a big one right over here. These ones. It might be. Alright. Yeah, he's definitely ready to go. Kind of set him there. Walk along in here. Alright, let's see what we can find over here. We are going to set you in the mud a little bit. Okay. So my pumpkins and stuff, or not pumpkins, watermelon, honeydew didn't do all that great. Fell in the mud. And it looks like I've got some really nice onions here that probably aren't going to get a whole lot bigger because they're too wet. Oh yeah. So that needs to come out. Yeah, he's entirely too wet in here for a lot of my veggies. We are definitely going to have to redo a lot of I have to do a little bit different. Putting that one over there. Let's see. Pumpkins in front of me. I think that's all for the pumpkins on this end. I do have some way over there, but I cannot get to them. The onions in the row are actually looking fairly decent, so we're going to go ahead and leave them because they look like they're going to turn out. Alright. So, get out of this muck. And I got my nice little knife here. Turn it back around. Right over here. Okay. Oh. Let me see what.
Recording?
Yeah, but you're not on it. Don't worry. I got these two. Big giant one. Still attached. So I did not think I was getting peppers, but I got this long pepper right here, and this is one of my chili peppers, so it needs to be red before I pick it. And then I have some peppers over here. I'm not sure if they're going to get any bigger, but I have those. And this plant is loaded with them, but they're not getting any bigger than that, I don't think. And that's what they're supposed to be. Bell peppers. I can see that. Red, yellow, orange, and a purple bell pepper plant. So it's going to be one of those four. Let's see. We have this one right over here. It's another bell pepper. So he's not ready yet. And we have banana peppers. So this one is probably almost ready. We're going to leave it on there. We have a little one there, and then a little one right there. We have a bell pepper and some more bell peppers right there. That pumpkin's not ready to go yet. He's still on the vine. And then we have over here, we have this little guy, and then we have this little guy. So I might get some peppers, probably not a lot. And then over here, so this is the watermelon patch. It does have honeydew and cantaloupe in it. So the watermelon, a couple of them were ripe, but when we cut them open, they weren't ripe. So they just looked ripe. But that's all right. We do have cantaloupe there. We have there. And then we have some in there. We have right there. There's one right there. So we do have cantaloupe, and I guess they will naturally detach themselves from the vine. So kind of staying right in there is more pumpkins, but I gotta have somebody else go in there and get them because I cannot get in there without falling. And then I do believe all the cucumber plants are probably gone, which reminds me, we need to go pick up those cucumbers that I tossed over there on the ground. We will walk over there. And there's Mr. Peanut. This is who you keep hearing screaming when I roll something next to his. Okay, so I'm not sure how much of that you got, but right now we're at my potato patch. Yeah, and this right here is a potato plant. It is not bloomed or anything. Hopefully when the other one's ready, it will be ready. And then down here we have this potato plant, and it looks like there's something on it, so I might come out here and just pull it up because you can see like the brown on it, and they're not aphids. It just looks like it's got some kind of disease, so we need to pull that. All right, now we're gonna go get these two cucumbers. We got an Armenian and a lemon one. All right, I'm going to show you what we got for our. All right, so this is what we got today. So we got a bucket full of tomatoes, green beans, 2 cucumbers, and all of the pumpkins sitting on the ground, and then those 2 pumpkins right there that we got today. So pretty good harvest. We got more tomatoes to pick, a little bit more green beans, and a few more pumpkins. But I do believe all the cucumbers are probably done. So that is going to be it for today. Until next time, if you guys would please hit the subscribe and like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And we will see see you later. Bye.